also make sure that you're uploading everything, the details, everything. Okay, so yeah, fine. Let's look into the next part of it. Okay, the another example for decision tree, we saw this. Okay, and then what is the most important part now? We came across decision tree, and when we in very simple words, decision tree will be giving you the optimum way of selecting things. Okay, optimum way of making a decision. That's the right word. Optimum way of making a decision. Okay, that's something that you got to keep in mind. And we saw this for an example. We took the entire table with their categorical values, they were continuous values. Categorical values, again, I'm trying to say, but values which will take very limited amount of answers. Male, sorry, what is it? Marital status, single, married, divorce. Only three. There can't be more than three. Okay. What do you call? Whether male or female, two things only. Okay, maybe one more. Okay, if you're not that thing. Next, homeowner. Whether homeowner, yes or no. But what about annual income? Annual income is a continuous one. It's a growing one. So what happens here is you call it as a continuous variable or a continuous attribute. That's a right word, attribute. Okay, and based on that, you put those people in a particular class, whether they are defaulted borrower, yes or no, and you make a decision like this. Okay, now what is the thing moving forward? Moving forward, there are certain things to be kept in mind. Okay, took example, you wrote everything, that's all fine. What in exam, what is going to happen? In exam of any question, you are supposed to take what is decision tree and you are going to need to explain it. You can easily do it. What if it is a program one? Okay, when where you're supposed to see in 7 model. Okay, what if it's a programming based one? How we are going to tackle? Okay, that becomes very important. Probably we'll be seeing it the last part of it. What is that? Okay, how you are going to do it and all. So today's thing is to make sure that we figure out a model for it. Probably in previous classes or the previous session, you would have come across one of the diagram like this. So you can see very clear and figure out a model in terms of decision tree. Okay. Then we came across that this is the best model. Then apply that model. Okay. Application of the model is what we are going to do now. Okay. So another example, and then now you come across this. We are going to apply the model to that. So how this is done? Okay, the diagram doesn't have any explanations and all. You need to understand by looking at it. Okay, that's very important. So let's look into this. Okay, so you're going to start right from the homeowner. Okay, start from the root of the tree, which is root of the tree is nothing but here homeowner, which you can clearly see right here. Okay, and then you go with two options of it, whether is yes or no. If it is yes, then you are saying whether it will be a default borrower. No, he'll pay back here no loan. Then you go with the same thing. Okay, no means again married or single. Based on that, again you figure out these things. So where and all do you think you'll become sure? You have when is not if he's a single or a divorced guy, and is if his income is very much less than your 80K, then you say he'll be probably, we should not always say that you will be a no, should say probably the chances of him becoming a defaulted borrower. Borrower means a person who is not willing to repay his loan. Vijay Mallya's, okay, the Joe's case, the mobile case, people in the news will be knowing it. Okay, will that be a probability? Yes, this is what the tree. Okay, so what is the test data? If is a no homeowner, no. Is marriage status married? Annual income is 80K. 80K or more than 80K. Okay, for each everything to write it. Okay, very important for you to know these sort of simple topics. Okay, next aspect of it. So first thing, step by step process. First thing, you figure out whether is a homeowner. See this homeowner, no. So what matter? Next thing is Look into this one. I'm going to talk about only this one. Okay. Look into the arrows of it. It's a very, very nice PPT with regard to arrows and representations of it. Okay. Homeowner, you say no. See this? No means obviously the next thing is coming towards this side. Okay. So if you're going to okay, it says if it is no, homeowner no means you're going towards this side. Okay. Then you see the next thing, marital status is married. So what is going to happen? It says, hey, married, yeah. Okay. So if it is married, then what are you going to have to go? I have to go here. Here. Yes. Then what's the next thing? Annual income is 80K. Okay. 80K is, it clearly says. So, but you know, you cross at a point of it. It says, no, what is done here? Okay. It becomes very important. Okay. Next, we are going to talk about this. We are going to assign defaulted as no. Okay. Why? Because that's the end of it. The annual income doesn't even come into the picture here. Okay, doesn't even come into the picture. You can see very clearly, okay, that the decision tree is coming to the leaf node here. Can I use this terminologies? The root node, leaf node, and all? Yes. Okay, root node is where we started. Leaf node is where we are going. You're saying assign a defaulted thing as no for him? Yes. Okay, without any worry, we can easily do it. Okay, that's something that you got to keep in mind here. We always say they are not defaulted borrowers. Okay, let's look into the next slide of it. Okay, if you go into the next slide of it, before this, once again, okay, where do you start? You start with this. We are applying the model to the test data. What test data? We have taken only one row. We have not taken all the rows. Like this, you need to do it for all the rows. How do you assign the defaulted borrower? It depends on your analysis of your decision tree. Okay, you have taken one thing here. Like this, you're going to assign for each and everything. Okay, you start with homeowner, check. You're starting with homeowner, then you're going checking for homeowner. If it says no, the answer is no in the row, so you say no. So you come to that no. Then it says marital status. Check for whether it is a marital status node. Yes. So then you go for marital status. Okay, fine, not a problem to me. Then you check for what is known as whether it's married or not. The answer is married. So you go. It says you check whether it is a defaulted borrower or not. Okay, because that's the end of it. But there is something called annual income, which you can see very clearly here. That is not going to come right here. Okay, because here itself I'm going to reach the end of the leaf. Okay, have I done that? Yes. So I am going to assign no to the defaulted place. Okay, I'm going to assign no to the defaulted place without any problem, without any worry. This is the most important thing. Okay, I'm going to take on one simplest of example. I've done it. Why simplest of example? This is the most common example that you can come up. Just like how we see the market basket analysis problem before. Okay, we always come across these every time. Okay, so let's sum up this. What is the sum up thing of here? Decision tree classification task is you are going to take a training set. We are going to put a tree induction algorithm. That will be the model that you are going to apply. What is the model? The model will be your decision tree. Okay, then you are going to apply the model, and then you are going to come across a test set. Look at the way this slide has changed right from the first slide what we took. Okay, now you know what is that algorithm I'm using. Tree induction algorithm. You know what is the model I'm using? Decision tree model. So if I go back to my slides, what is the slides I had? This slide. Look into this slide. This is a more general classification. Okay, this is a general classification. We are talking about array, yeah, learning algorithm. Which algorithm? I don't know. Okay, learning model, then the model, then you apply the model, then you deduce the results of it. But then what we did, we in place of learning algorithm, we use what is known as a decision tree algorithm. We applied the model of a decision tree. Okay, this is what we did. This is what we did. And that you can see the same diagram changing in a way that you look now. Okay, these are the things that you are going to work for. See, what is the topic we are learning on a broader terms? You need to keep in mind that we are learning the topic of classification. We are classifying data. We're classifying data in such a way that every data, okay, we call it as every data set will be falling into one or other category. Okay, one or other category it will be falling into. That's what it says here. The category is whether he is a defaulted borrower or not. So there is only two categories. If it is yes, you put it in yes. If it is no, you put it in no. For doing that, we need to analyze that. Okay, we need to analyze that. See, at the end of I'll give an example. Okay, at the end of 8 semesters, okay, college they used to do this. Okay, last 2 years it's not been done because of the pandemic. Okay, at the end of 8 semesters you will be generally people students will be having what is known as a graduation ceremony. Okay, for those people previous year seniors and all, it has not happened. I don't know whether it will happen this time. Okay, hopefully it happens, because the last batch was a very unfortunate batch. They missed out on so many things. Okay, the 8 sem batch, final year batch. Okay, they missed out on so many things. People who passed out last year, 20 batch, they didn't have anything. Okay, not even a photo shoot. You just think about it. Okay, photo shoots. I think in 8 sem you need to have at least 3 photo shoots. We didn't have a single one. Even the last one where they come together all dressed up. No, they had this. Just for a photo shoot. Even that they didn't have. Okay, which is very unfortunate. Hopefully the people who are in final year now, they may have it. Again, you never know. Okay, it all depends on what is going to happen and all. They may have it. Okay, so what happens in final year? Okay, what was the thing I was talking about? See, we need to classify. See, what happens at the end of final year is at the 8 sem, before the graduation ceremony, people take the data of all 7 semesters. All 7 semesters, and then they figure out who is the best student to be and what is the criteria for it. The criteria is very simple. You're not going to see, I'm going to relate this with your decision tree. Please keep that in mind. Okay, I need to put whether is a best student or not. In best student, curriculum and the entire award. See, there's one award for only for curriculum. So that award is very simple. You can understand. First to 7 semester, because 8 semester results would not have come. First to 7 semester, who has got the maximum CGPA, SGPA, some PA. Okay, you must be knowing it. Who's got the maximum CGPA? Okay, they will be coming under the best student category curriculum. Then there's one category which is a very good category. Okay, which clearly goes into the overall conditions of it. So this percentage of marks for curriculum, very good percentage, good. Publications, students who have done publications, conferences, dancing, singing, okay, extracurricular activities. Then how he was in class, all those things will be coming into the picture. That will be saying the overall best student. Okay, now what is all these things? I was telling the curriculum, extracurriculum, co-curriculum, all these things. These are your attributes. How you are going to model it? You are going to model it based on all these values. You're going to say whether a particular person is a best student or not. Okay, this is with regard to decision tree classification. Okay, how you are going to apply a particular algorithm, model it and get the values of it. Okay, very important. You people also will be a part of it. Hopefully by next time when you people come across for by this time next year is the right time. Okay, you will be having all the fun that we are supposed to have in 8 sem. Okay, all the photo shoots, that is everything and all, along with your most precious one, which is the graduation ceremony. Okay, and also people who want to become best students will be sort of working for it. There's a lot of cash rewards, all those things will be there. Hopefully you people will be one of it. Okay, yeah, let's move into the next part of it. We took one example, we applied everything, we got to know this. Now let's sort of look into the next one. Decision tree induction comes with all these algorithms. What are the ones which you are sort of looking for? Okay, you're going to look for only one thing here. What is that one thing? Hunt's algorithm. One of the very old algorithm, okay, with regard to decision tree algorithms is Hunt's algorithm. What about other ones? CART, ID3, C4, SQL, Sprint and all? We are going to study? No. But Hunt's algorithm we are going to study. That is for sure. Okay, you're going to learn about it very neatly without any problem. CART, ID3 and all. I think ID3 you're going to study neatly in your 7 sem. ID3 algorithm. Okay, ID3 decision algorithm, decision tree algorithm, it's a lab program. You think about it, okay? It's a lab program in 7 ID3. Such a good, program. Once you go there now, you understand that, that ID3 is very easy. Yeah, it is easy. If we get time, okay, if we get time, probably I'll be able to talk about that also, ID3 and all. Okay, we'll keep few things at the last because job is to first make sure that our syllabus is right in the track. Okay, so you see this many algorithms. The first one is being the UNS algorithm becomes very important. Probably that only we are going to study at the next thing. Okay, so before that, probably what I've done is I've taken few examples. Okay, few examples, especially right from the internet, because majority of you will be sort of going in there. So taken the few examples with regard to the before we start answer algorithm and all. So let's sort of look into that. Okay, let's sort of look into it. Oh, it's not opening. 1 second, I'll just open it. Okay, it's taking a lot of time. It's a very famous, website called KD Nuggets, okay, which I use for learning a lot of things related to data science and all, data analytics and all. Very simplest of they explain topics in very simplest of forms. Okay, so you can see very clearly, and it's more like a blog. People who are sort of interested, they could always learn. Okay, there's so many things. Okay, of course the top being data science, visualization, deep learning, machine learning, natural language processing, Python, R. My areas will be statistics. Okay, I don't know much about R and all. Okay, natural language processing also I don't know. Machine learning, data science. 2, 3 things which I take a lot of privilege to sort of look into it. Okay, now let's sort of look into it. Okay, what is decision tree algorithm and all? Okay, all these things is not there, but we are trying to figure out. Okay, what is it and all? In very simple words, this is how it will be: a root node, then you come across what is known as a decision node, and then you call it as a terminal node. See, I've taken the terminologies, what is there here, but we generally call it root node, leaf node, those things only. Internal node, okay, internal node for decision node and all. Okay, see the way it's been written very neatly with diagrams. Okay, to depict what is what node. Okay, depiction of node and all. Okay, so what is the thing that you can think of when it comes to assumption in creating a decision tree? The first assumption, as you can see, whatever example you have taken is, first one is, in the beginning the whole training set is considered as a root, right? We first take the entire data set, then the feature values are preferred to be categorical. What are the feature values? The one that you are going to take, the marital status, everything, the one you are going to take as nodes, the decision nodes, they tend to be categorical. Okay, if the values are continuous, they are descriptive prior to the building the model. Okay, which basically means you are going to either put it as, see, there was, I take this example again, it was a continuous data, right? Yeah, this was a continuous data. Annual income, you check, continuous data. But what you say, see, it's continuous data, it keeps on increasing. We need to put an end to it. What is that end we put? We put anything less than 80. 80 or 80, yeah, 80K. We take a threshold, yeah, we take a threshold. It is 80 to 80K more or less, that's all. Because as you can see, it's an annual income is a more continuous value. So that is what it clearly says right here. Okay, if the values are continuous, they are discretized. Okay, which basically means you're putting an end to it prior to the body building the model. The example we took was 80K. Okay, that is what you keep on doing like this. Okay, you can see the various example. This is what I've taken right there. Okay, ID3, C cart. Okay, cart is classification and regression tree. I think it's not there for you. Okay, but one thing that's there, which is with regard to UNS algorithm. Okay, we are going to look into it. Okay, so what is the thing that you have? Okay, second, these things are not at all required for you. Think ID3, information gain, all these things you're going to learn at the end. Again, if time permits, I'll only be teaching you. Okay, what is this? Because it becomes very easy for your machine learning, because it's all is there for your information gain, entropy, all these things is there for your machine learning. Okay, very important for you to sort of know it and all. Okay, now how do you think the decision tree works? Okay, how do you think the original tree works? How do you think the decision tree works? Where I kept it? all going too much deeper into it. I'll take a very simplest of example only. See the simplest of example. Okay, you take an age here, young, senior, young, whether it's a student, yes or no. Okay, if it's a senior, go for credit rating. Okay, fair or excellent. If it is fair, no. Excellent, good. Which basically means you're going for excellent credit ratings. Okay, what are the things that you have? Okay, the decision tree algorithm, everything is there like this. So what we are going to do is in the next class probably, okay, we are going to look into the most aspect of it, which is with regard to, okay, one second, yeah, UNS algorithm. You're going to look into a deeper aspect into UNS algorithm. So before that, what you are supposed to do, supposed to write an internal bundle. There's a question based on decision tree, which I think I have given in your as your assignment. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to share all those, the PPT today. Today evening we'll be getting it. Okay. So make sure that you're writing everything neatly. Okay. I'm going to put it in very, very simple words with regard to PPTs, classification, what is classification, everything and all. So you can easily write that. Okay. Once we come back, what we can do is we can, I think after the internals, okay, we can start writing UNS algorithm along with what was our advantage, disadvantage and all. And if time permits, before we move into the next part, we'll try to do one, ID3 algorithm and all, because that's something which I want to really do it. Okay, because it becomes very important for your 7th sem machine learning. Okay, what is entropy and all? There's a lot of numerical things that will come. Okay, numerical values, figuring out mathematical equations and all. It'll be nice. Okay, the class will not be boring. It will not be a more of a theory thing. Okay, fine. It was a very short class, but we had a meeting there, so wanted to sort of figure out all those things. Okay, make sure that you're writing your internal properly. Don't get into any trouble. And I think, yeah, read properly, write as much lengthier answers as possible. Okay, to get good, obviously you get good marks. Okay, but write as many lengthier answers as possible. Okay, taking each and every instances of it. Take the problems. That is my suggestion. Take the problems, APROE, GP, FP growth algorithm and all. Try to solve it. It will be a very good experience before your exam.